Hello YouTube, my name is Nathan65. Welcome back to my Valheim Let's Play series. Today is episode 22 and we are going to be making some big progress. Now obviously we left off last episode with our spawner auto farm for the grey dwarf guys in full swing, and it's going well, going okay. Not completely happy, I believe. Probably a good time to try and track down those pesky 2-star wolves, or at least 1-star, because the no-star wolves seem to lose too easily to grey dwarf like brutes and shamans. It's just not optimal. Now you'll see we're in the sort of sleeping area of the base right now, and we've moved the Yule tree in here because if you didn't know, this boy actually gives you 1 extra point of comfort. Now when we're here we get 14 comfort, 14, which gives us a 21-minute rested buff, which is lovely. Now what we're going to be doing in today's episode is taking a little adventure. You'll see right now I've got some oak saplings planted down. Basically, we need to get resourced up before we can go on our adventure, because we are going to be going to the plains. Now, I'm just coming back to the original base real quick, just because I want to show you something. When we get there, here we go. Right, so we've got a bunch of carrots at the moment because we have been doing some farming, and I've replanted 50 to seed. So that just goes to show we had 150 off of my last crop, so I've kept 100 for feeding to the boars and that, and I've reseeded 50. That'll give us another 150 seeds. As you can see, I've pretty much cultivated the majority of this land here now, and we've got a couple of onions seeding as well. We're going to be waiting for these onions to finish the seeding process so that I can plant them, and then potentially cycle that again, because we need some onion soup, as it is probably our best stamina food at the moment. So I'm just keeping you up to date with what's going on, and that's where we currently stand. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more prep. I've done some inventory management already because it was a bit whack. We had all sorts in our inventory that we shouldn't have had. We had multiple layers of tools going on which we really did not need. Okay guys, so I'm going to get on with the processing. Oh, we've also got a queen bee here that I've never put down. Okay, we've got them serpent scales from when we took on the sea serpents most recently, because I was using the harpoon, dragging them up on land and dealing with them. The one thing I will say is that the sea serpents, when you deal with them on your own, can be a bit difficult. You know, it's definitely, I'd say, a 2-person sort of thing. To do that, but there we go. Right, so at the moment we've got the iron buckler, which has block armor 40, which we currently do 42, parry bonus 2.5 times, which means we get 81, 102-ish, 102, 101, something like that block when we use that. Silver shield is 64, but it's only 1.5 times for the parry bonus. So as long as we can parry, we're actually better off keeping our level 3 iron buckler than we are making the silver shield, which is good to know. Serpent scale shield, whilst it looks all good and it looks fancy, we will make it at some point just for the looks, but there is no parry because it's a tall shield style, same as the iron tower shield here. There is no parry, and the block armor is not that amazing. It's more of a mid-game shield, that, whereas we're definitely cruising towards the late game. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to our mountain that we have over here on the island, see if we can find some silver, just because I feel like we may need to get into silver armor. Although I really have been putting it off because I don't want to do it if we can get into the plains okay and deal with it. But there we go. We'll see. We will see. So for now, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to finish up all of the agricultural needs, and I shall be back with you. Okay, guys, so here we go. We are, I'm pretty sure, ready to start adventuring. Still got the onions on the old grow. I've run them through it. I believe this is the third cycle so that we get more. Just because we need them. As you can see, our piggy farm going really well. The parents are happy and still breeding. All is wonderful. Obviously, I stopped by here to pick up the stone cutter. We have some resources on board. Back home, I did empty out the cart because the cart has been forever full. I pushed the boat too well, and this is going to kill me, I think. That was almost dangerous. Yeah, so, what was I saying? Yeah, I went home, cleared out the cart so that I could get all of the stone from our stone and wood AFK farm into the house near to the portal, so that way when we are in the plains, we're most likely going to set up a nice little area where we can have you know, grow up some flax and barley, because if you didn't know, flax and barley, they're the two crops that you find only in the plains, and they well, yeah, they only grow there as well. So even though you can only find them there, it's not like you can take them home with you and grow them in your own biome. You have to have a dedicated area within the plains. Now, I know we have a plains area up here, and I'm thinking whether that's going to be the best place to go or not. I happen to know that there is some sort of villagey type thing there. I'm kind of tempted to land here. Obviously, this is on our main island, so it kind of makes it feel silly. But at the same time, it means we do have an option of getting back there on foot, I guess. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Let's rock up somewhere around here so that we're not directly in the plains straight away. And then we can walk up into the plains and try our bestest. Right, I'll see you when we land. Okay, so I have landed just down from the plains biome that we're going to be entering. Doing some quick checks, making sure that we're not going to get instant smacked. The death squeeto over there. A couple of those big rock pillars, which if you didn't know are an amazing source of rock. Or stone, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop as much as I can in there. Nope. No. Dude. Needs to stop. Right, so we're going to need to set up the portal real quick so we can run home, get our good food in, and we can get going. Now I'm just trying to look, where does the biome start? Oh, it's literally right there. So if I just clear up a little area here, just so I can set up the portal using the old cube method, and then we'll be set to go. Good tip for when you're setting up your little portal when you're about to enter a new biome. Do what you can to flatten the ground around it. It's going to make it so much easier for you to build on. I've just covered up a tin vein there. It's whatever. We don't really need it, so it's fine. So yeah, just flatten off a little area like that. And then we get to it. So we're just going to take wood. We don't have any core wood, he says, stood next to core wood trees. But it is what it is. Right, let's get to it. So crafting, we want this guy first. go. My mind's gone completely blank. Okay. Right. Done. Right, yeah, so a good method that I like is this one. Pop one of those down. Go with a beam off of it. Go 2 in each direction. Plot one of those down. And then go 2 more in each direction. Plot one of those down. This is a slightly larger version of the cube method I've showed you before. Just because sometimes it's nicer to have a little bit of extra room. That's not connected to the ground, so how did it gain full stability? I do not. Let's see, is this going to bring my camera down far enough that I can... Nope. Okay. Right, I'll tell you what we can do. We can place that one, and then... There we go, and then delete the smaller one. That wasn't the smaller one. What we can do then is we can just leave it instead. That's fine. That one also not touching the ground? Yep. Okay, sometimes you just have to go with it. Like, there's, you know, imperfections in the land. It is what it is. It's a game. You have to remember, we're not building an actual house that we're going to try and live in. Okay, so I'm going to place down the floor, pop up some walls and a roof, and I will be back with you. Okay, so here we go, guys. I have finished up the build. I have been home and collected my good food, so I've got the rest of buff. The build I did go a little bit over with, just because it's going to stay. I mean, I'm going to leave it here with the teleporter inside, so might as well make it look some semi-decent, right? So let's venture to the plains, shall we? So we've got fire arrows because they're pretty good in the plains, and obviously our bow inflicts poison damage, so that's another bit of damage over time we will have for us. We're waiting for our health to build up just now. We've got Frostner and the Iron Buckler. Now I've been doing a little bit of maths and thinking about it, and I believe the Iron Buckler should be fine. Here comes the Death Squeeto. Oh gosh. Imagine the first Death Squeeto we come across, yeah? Okay. Boom. Dealt with. Okay, anything else gonna surprise us? There's another Death Squeeto just as we come in. So let's go and take him on. The way to deal with the Death Squeetos, if you don't know, is either range them if you're accurate enough, or just block, because they sort of stop after they hit, and you can deal with them that way. So we've got a couple of fuelings or fullings, whatever you want to call them, over here. Oh, and it's a nice foggy day in the plains. I'm going to try and see if I can aggro just one Lox so that we can fight him on his own, because that would be optimal right now. Because obviously Lox give good food. We get the pelt as well, which we can use to make another rug for better comfort, as well as the cape, because I prefer the Lox cape by far. Interesting how this Lox just doesn't seem to care. He's like, yeah, that's fine. You hit me. What does it matter? Right, this Lox cares though. Okay, so with the locks, one of the better things to do is wait for them to come close to you and to attack, and then run away. Not like that. Yeah, I need to deal with the death skeeto because they're more brittle, I believe, or I feel. Okay, so we can actually block the locks. I think we've parried him there as well. As you see there, we don't do an enormous amount of damage to them. Oh, we didn't parry him that time at all. This could be our first unalive in the plains. It's not. Yeah, if you have the stamina for it, you definitely want to deal with these guys the same way you would a troll. Just kite them out. He's the reason why we brought the fire arrows at the end of the day, because we can attack him, the arrows will inflict damage over time. Their pathfinding can be a bit goofy at times, but I tend to find it not for the majority of the time. They've definitely increased the speed on these big boys. I will say that for 100% certainty. Since I last found myself in a plains biome. Okay, there we go. Our first lock's defeated. What we're going to get from him, we don't get a trophy, but we do get pelt and meat, which is the main reason why you fight them anyway, let's be honest. There we go. Right, I'm going to deal with the other two locks in the same manner, and then I'll probably come back to you when we're ready to take on some of these fueling. Okay, there we go. So that is the third locks down. And, would you just look at that, the weather has decided to clear up a treat for us. And I'm just having a quick peruse to see what else is going on. Okay, I'm going to interact with this stone here. You want to tell us, the locks are mighty creatures, great earth shakers, blah blah blah. Thank you for letting me know about the locks. I've already removed a few of them. So we clearly know about them. Okay, we have fuelings over here, which is fun. Now, if you can, when it comes to fighting fuelings, you want to pick off as many as possible from as long a range as you can. Also, we just got the death squeeto there. Okay. Because fuelings definitely hurt. Okay, let's see if we can parry this dude. Come on then, buddy. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We can indeed. And then one charge hit from Frostner is actually enough to remove him. Now, I would recommend when you're in the plains, go to your settings, go to your graphics, and take vegetation quality and put it all the way to low. What that's going to do is going to basically just remove the grass, and it makes things a whole lot easier for you. Okay, so we want to go ahead, like we did before, get the sneak attack bonus on him. And he was removed before we could even get close. And that is why we're doing it. Okay, so we want to take a wide berth of the tower here, see if there's any more lying about. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any outside. Does not mean that there isn't some inside. Here is another one outside. I was wrong. Okay, so we're missing our shots. At that point, you just swap. Take your melee attacks and get ready. Okay, now one thing you can do to make the plains an enormous amount easier on yourself is bring the bone mass buff. Because the bone mass buff is going to give you resistance against blunt. Obviously blunt damage being what these guys deal. Okay, so we seem to have at least one or two more inside of here. What we're going to do is we're just going to come in slowly, take a look about. What just happened to him? Just heard one make a really weird noise as if he'd been hurt. But he's not on ground level, that's fine. As long as we're not going to get snuck up on. Okay, so there's one there. Let's see, can we hit him? Okay, no. What we ended up doing was taking everything out from underneath them. Fine. Okay, so we managed to hit that one with an arrow as well. Obviously, it is possible to just brute force them like everything else. Not recommended, really, but there we go. Okay, now we have one left, I believe, in here. Yeah. We're going to try and hit him. No, we hit the... Okay, yeah, we did hit him that time. Okay, we hit him again. Okay, with that one, he is removed. And there's one more in the top, but he is a 1-star. So, with the 1-stars, you need to be very careful. They deal so much damage. They are pretty brutal, if I do say so myself. Okay, so little trick I like to exploit is if you aim directly up like this, your arrows are going to go completely different to where it looks like they're going to go. Like this. Okay, wait for some stamina to build back up. And there we go. See, we're hitting him, even though it definitely looks like we shouldn't have been. We'll do the same again. And again. Nope. Over his head just a touch. One more shot. Okay, there we go. And that is the power cleared out. That should be all of the fuelings from this area dealt with now. Okay, lovely. So we have efficiently made it into the plains. I'm going to do a bit more exploring of this area between clips. I want to see what we've got going on, and we will go from there. I'm going to take a quick trip back to the boat, which of course is just over there, and then I will get on with it, and I will see you guys in just a second. Okay, so really quickly, once it is that you have defeated your first couple of locks, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go home and cook off some locks. I'm just cooking 3 for now, just for the demonstration purposes. The rest of them are in the chest over there, just because. Obviously, we have serpent meat in that at the moment, so we'll leave it as it is. Now, lox meat does take forever to cook, and it does need the iron cooking station, the same as serpent meat. You cannot cook it on the basic wooden one, so just be mindful of that. And there we go, that's our 3 cooked lox meat, which is beautiful. Now we can't do anything with that as it currently stands because we haven't got any of the newer upgrades for that. But there we go. So cooked lox meat is 50 HP and 16 stamina. It's a little bit less than the cooked serpent meat, but it is of course easier to get, and it's a more sustainable food, especially now that you can farm lox. Because lox, if you didn't know, with the Hearth and Home update, I believe, became breedable. Also, just as a little fun one, they also became rideable, but you know. That is what it is. So I'm just going to go home, repair my bow, and we'll go back to the plane. Okay, so we've come across a fueling village. Now, these are incredibly dangerous areas to be. Obviously, fuelings are the main foes of this biome. And they can deal a lot of damage, especially when you encounter the higher quality ones, like a 1 or 2 star. Also, you can see him over there. He, the big one, is a fueling Berserker. He's essentially like a troll on steroids. And over in the back there, you can't quite see him. There's another one there, another one there. You can actually see a little bit better, but they are fueling shamans. Now, the fueling shamans deal a lot of damage. Now, this red one here, I believe, is actually a 2-star fueling. So that could spell disaster. But, luckily, we have this rock that we're perched on, which we can use as cover. There we go, we've angered them. There you go, that's a 1-star there. As you can see, he's got some slightly different coloured armour around him and whatnot. Now, the 2-star actually has red flesh, which I find to be quite interesting. Another good thing you can bring with you for these areas is the frost arrows. They do help by slowing the fuelings. See, that guy there is the fueling shaman as he comes a bit closer. He force fields. That's why we don't like them. And he fires fireball attacks, which are not fun. Okay, now they can drop, I believe they can now, yeah, there you go, the buke berries, the same as the grey dwarf shamans. That was, you know, when they were introduced, they became able to drop them as well. But they can also have a chance to drop the fueling totem, which is what you need to summon the final boss. Okay, right. Although this method is good in terms of giving yourself an advantage, it does take quite some time. So I'm going to finish up with these guys and then I'll be back with you, okay? Okay, so I just wanted to show you really quickly what it looks like to fight the fueling Berserker. Obviously, we are definitely not getting in range for him to attack us, but he is a scary dude. Very scary dude. So yeah, these ones, of all of the fuelings, these ones you definitely need to take at range, because these ones will just ruin you. As well as a 2-star. A 2-star will just ruin you as well. He's still over there though, as you see. So just finish up with this Berserker if we can, if he doesn't just run away. Oh, okay, yeah, so he's gone now. But you see, even though this is a very daunting thing, you know, coming to a fueling village for the first time, if you pick the right one and there's a rock nearby, you really can just cheese it and get away with it absolutely scot-free. Okay, so we're in the fueling village now, and as you can see, there is a lot of lovely loot to pick up. There's chests in here, which you'll find in most fueling villages that you attend. It's quite a common reward for taking them out, and in those chests you'll find more black metal along with other things. Now these things here are the fueling totems. These are what you need for summoning the final boss Yagluth. We got very lucky that there's 2 of them in here. Incredibly lucky, actually. There's another chest here, unless this is one I already interacted with. No, I did. And then 1, 2. Why was my brain saying that they could see 3 chests? And there's definitely 2. Who knows? Is there one in there? No. Anyhow. Right, so once you're into a fueling village, you want to be looking at these crop plots. So here we have barley. Now this stuff, incredibly important to pick up. As you can see, gives you that fire resistance barley mead. And that's going to be helpful against the final boss Yagluth, because he does have fire attacks. Unfortunately, we didn't find the other type of crop that you can get from here, which is the flax. But that's it is what it is, you know. Okay, I see right now the other fueling, the 2-star that ran away. Oh, good shot. Very good. Oh, he's coming this way now. Oh, we missed. We angered the locks instead, which was definitely not what I intended on doing. He's actually running away even further now. That's quite funny. No, he's coming back. He wants it. He wants the smoke. I'd love to be able to see his health bar, but he's too far away. Okay. The locks chasing me isn't the most optimal thing right now. So I'm just going to hop up here. Where the locks is cannot pathfind to. Aha, here he comes, little guy. Purposefully missing that shot there so that he will become more interested in us. So I can see his health bar as well. Okay. Oh no, he found a way up. That's not what we want. Okay, and in terms of drops, this 2-star gave us like 5 black metal scrap. 1, 2, 3. At least 3. Okay, so I'm out of arrows, which is quite hilarious. So I'm going to take down these 2 locks with melee, which is going to take me a while, and then I shall be back with you guys. Okay, so I don't know what I did to deserve this, but in this plains biome, we actually have a second fueling camp just over here. We're going to go clear that out, and hopefully we get some flax. Okay, so there we go, guys. We have now cleared out our second fueling village, from which we gain another totem, more black iron, more barley, grindstone, which I don't see the point in, but there we go. Just double checking my horizons, making sure that I'm not going to be crept up on by any more. Okay, and this is the other crop we were looking for, flax. This is what we wanted. Now this is the stuff, you put that in the, you can make a spinning wheel. And what happens in the spinning wheel is it turns this flax into the thread. I can't remember what type of thread the game says it is, but it's essential for progressing. So there we have it, our first trip to the plains successful. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please consider dropping down below, hit the thumbs up button to show me that you liked it. Also subscribe to the channel whilst you're down there. You can also tick that notification bell, that way you will get notified every single time I upload a video. Until the next one, guys, peace out and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.